Here with head coach Chris Bertrand, a 6-3 win against Troy. And coach, nothing really unique about this one except Dawson Flowers gave you a heck of a start. And if you didn't know any better, you'd think you'd be doing it for longer than 2 starts on a weekend.
Isn't that right, man? And listen, I can't say enough about Dawson and the job that Aiden Newton did and the game that Dan Cladd called. You know, we talked about it last night, and we've been talking about a lot of those characteristics for a very long time now. But the work that Dan puts in and how prepared he was and the way in which he's answered, and then obviously Dawson, just a grizzled veteran and willing to do anything we ask him to do, man. You give him the baseball, and it doesn't matter if it's a starter, if it's a bullpen. You give him the baseball, and the man is hungry, and the man wants to compete, right? And he overcomes so many obstacles as he navigates his way through it. And then obviously that's big-time Newt coming in there and punching that thing, man. Like, that's really, really cool to see it. Because, again, man, we're winning baseball games 2 nights in a row, but more importantly, we're developing, we're growing, we're learning, we're taking steps, and we're playing with a little bit of that kind of those characteristics that we've been looking for. We're playing with some grit, we're playing with some resolve, we're playing with some really cool things right now, man. Proudest coach in the world again tonight because our pitching staff, our coaching staff, and our offense continues to really answer the bell every time out, man.
And it's been a mix. It hasn't been necessarily one guy. You know, Bo had the hot start driving in runs earlier in the year, but tonight it's Colin Raines and Reese Lapoma, 2 opposite ends of the experience spectrum. Raines the big 2-run double to tie things, and that's a good answer against a good ball club in that moment, especially for a freshman. And then Reese kind of just put the ball in play and good things will happen.
All those guys you mentioned, or both of those guys, but even more importantly, like Burroway back in the lineup tonight, and he punched his first at bat. Joyner in the lineup, and Joyner gets 2 hits tonight, or I guess a hit and a sacrifice fly, right? How cool is that? And so, man, a multitude of guys, Bale and Valentine, right, running the bases hard and making a couple of nice plays in left field. And so back to Reese, absolutely, man. Again, embracing the role of our everyday center fielder, embracing the role of being one of our leaders, embracing the role of the leadoff hitter, and grinding his way through at bats. Colin Raines, again, growing and developing, right? Gaining valuable experience that we can continue to call upon. And so when you look at it, you're exactly right. Those 2 guys specifically, but man, 5 or 6 guys tonight that gave the ball club value and gave the ball club energy whenever we needed it. And I felt like that was a big one, was that 6-3 on the scoreboard, yes, but I felt like we kept momentum in our dugout for the majority of the night, and that's a huge win.
Coach, as always, thanks for your time.
Thanks so much, man, for Demons.